The mid-season update for Season 16 of Overwatch 2 is almost upon us, and it is going to be a big one. Let's have a look. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I haven't gotten a good taste of everything that is Season 16. And here we go, we're mere 9 days away from the mid-season update. And last year, that would have meant very little. Maybe balancing changes and a skin or two. But in this new era of Overwatch, that is actually almost as big an update as the seasonal launches. There is a lot of content coming in the last 5 weeks of this season, but I'm not complaining. So let's have a look. First off, let me start with something that might actually drop before the mid-season update. It's either going to be next Tuesday or the Tuesday after, and that is Maximilian's Vault. Now, in case you have not played Overwatch in the last few seasons, somewhere around the mid-season update, Maximilian opens up his vault. And that vault includes a whole bunch of items, 5 in total, that he thinks you're going to like. He is wrong, quite often. But he's giving you some huge discounts on those items. So it is the time to do some shopping. Now while we're on that topic, there is still a lot of shop content that we haven't seen yet. Skins, most of them. Like that Princess Mercy skin. And then there was the Life Weaver skin and the Hanzo skin that were also kind of tied into that same team. Now overall, I feel like they're rotating the shop a lot less than they used to, especially this season. Up till now, we only had like 1 or 2 big shop updates. But that might have something to do with the big Overwatch bundle they launched at the start of this season. And then there was the Gundam Wing collab. And now there's going to be a new collab for the mid-season update. That's right, we're getting 2 collabs in 1 season. And the second one is actually really big. I mean, literally. It is Street Fighter 6. I made a whole video about it earlier this week, so go have a look. But it is literally the biggest collab they've ever done. 8 skins in total. And there's probably going to be a ton of other cosmetics because that is an IP with a lot of potential. It is one of the biggest IPs in gaming. And look, yeah, some of the skins are going to those typical heroes. We know who we're talking about. But there's also a few unusual suspects in this list of 8 skins, like Winston, Sigma, Hanzo. I think there's going to be something in there for everybody. But overall, a pretty big deal and a nice surprising twist. I'd like to see more of those. But don't spend all of your cash just yet. There's also that mythic weapon skin for Mercy that is coming. Merciful Magitech. It will be for sale in the mythic shop for 80 mythic prisms in case you want to unlock all of the levels with the flourish and the death animation. And you'll most likely also be able to buy it in the shop in a bundle for 40 bucks. That will include, I think it's about 2,000 Overwatch coins. Now this weapon skin looks extremely cute. There's this little winged creature in there. It looks like it's going to be fully animated, reacting to everything you do. And I'm kind of curious to see the death animation, the flourish. Yeah, I'm curious. It looks cute. We'll see. Now talking about Overwatch, with the mid-season update, we're also going to get the iridescent variant of Juno's mythic skin. All the other iridescent variants were released at the start of the season, but they held back on the Juno one because she actually has the mythic skin for this season. So they wanted to separate them a little bit, I guess. To be fair, I wasn't much of a fan when I saw them for the first time in the trailer. The iridescent skins, I mean. But they're actually pretty nice. Very shiny. Not bad. Another member of that whole Overwatch team is of course Freya, the new DPS hero. She will be joining the roster for the new stadium game mode in the mid-season update. That is going to be interesting. See, Freya has a really high skill ceiling, and I'm very curious to see how all of these hero items, normal items, and the powers are going to help players to kind of take advantage of that high ceiling. She's definitely going to shake up things, that's what I'm thinking. And that is going to be on top of the balancing changes they're going to do to Stadium. They have been keeping up with hotfixes on a weekly basis, which was very surprising and refreshing to say. I like that. Now, I do expect them to come in a little harder when it comes to the mid-season update. Up till now, we've just seen numbers being shifted around. I think with the mid-season, they might actually remove some powers, add some powers. You know, the bigger shuffles. Now, all the other stuff for Stadium that I have been talking about, like custom games, saving and sharing all of your builds, that kind of stuff, is something that is coming in Season 17. So we'll have to be a little more patient before we see that. We can do that. We can be patient, right? Now when it comes to the rest of the game, the normal game modes like competitive and unranked, there's probably going to be a good deal of perk updates and maybe some general kit changes. The thing is, they have been very quiet about that part of the game in the last few weeks, but that kind of makes sense. They want to put the focus on Stadium. However, that might shift again with the mid-season update. What I do know, however, is that those patch notes are going to be humongous. They're going to be lengthy. I'm going to make a video about them as soon as I can. As soon as they drop. As soon as they allow me. And it is going to be a bit of a different video. That's all I'm going to say. You need to subscribe, you need to see it. And other than that, we might see some changes to systems, newer systems, like the hero bands, for instance. Or there might be changes to older systems. Those are things we only find out at the moment they release it. We do know that Overwatch Classic is coming back, and this time around it's the October 2020 era, which is kind of the start of the Dark Ages, like I call it. It's when they basically abandoned us to work on Overwatch 2. It was also weeks after Echo was released, and she was quite powerful at that point. So yeah, expect a lot of Echo. There's going to be drops when the mid-season patch drops. There's going to be drops at the end of the season. Make sure to follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Deemzies to get your drops. No, you need to watch, but if you follow me, you'll get a notification. Just wanted to explain that. I don't want you just to be staring at the screen and thinking, where is he? I miss him. He has such a glorious beard. And at the end of the season, we can also expect a new Drives event. Look, this time around, we'll be able to complete it in Stadium. I think that is going to be the healthier option. I think. We'll see. And as always, there's the chance that they drop a surprise on top of us. But to be fair, after that Street Fighter announcement, I think they're done with the surprises. I think that second half of the season is quite stuffed. It's full. It had enough. But look, I haven't even had the chance to play Freya yet. And I know that in a few weeks I'm going to be making a video looking forward to Season 17. It's all going so fast, but I'm having fun. So make sure to subscribe. The mid-season patch for Season 16 is dropping on Tuesday, May 20th. But anyways, tell me, what piece of content in the mid-season update are you looking forward to the most? Let me know in the comments. For now, however, that was it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It always helps me out. I also want to thank my patrons and YouTube members. You too can become a member over on patreon.com/theomnicpost and right here on YouTube to unlock exclusive rewards. If you have a few minutes left, maybe check out one of my other videos. But above all, take care of yourself, take care of each other. Bye bye.